Hey folks, how are we doing today? It's Andrew down here at C. Harper Chevy, and behind me is the all-new, completely updated 2024 Chevy Traverse. This is the highly anticipated redesign of the Chevy Traverse, and something cool I got behind you is the LS base model with the Midnight Sport Appearance package. So, you know, some of these videos you only see the fully loaded model. I want to show you what you get standard on this 2024 updated Traverse, and I think you're going to be very impressed. Let's get right into it. That's right, and here she is, the 2024 Chevy Traverse. Not to be confused with the other 2024 Chevy Traverse Classic, which is the old body style. No, this is the completely new model, updated in many, many ways. So obviously at first we have all new styling. I really think GM and Chevy knocked it out of the park with the all-new Traverse styling. As you can see, it's got a bit more of a squared off lineup, a little bit more SUV look, a la Tahoe and Suburban. It's got kind of square shoulders. The wheels have been pushed out further to the side of the vehicle. It's just more square and muscular looking. As you can see up front, we have our all-new headlight design. Following much of the Chevy lineup, we have our LED headlights standard, even on this entry-level LS model up here, and our daytime running lights and turn signals separated, kind of sitting above that. I think it looks really good, really modern on this. Overall, a good, very good design. Let me walk you around to the rear in the side here. As you can see, this Traverse, it's a big vehicle, and it's a bit hard to tell some of the styling direction choices they made on this, being that it is in the mosaic black with the midnight package. But as you can see, we have this kind of cool swoop coming down here on our third row windows. Coming around to the back, we have these really beautiful looking LED taillights. Once again, standard on this LS trim model. I think they look really good, especially contrasting with the black on here. And I say they almost melt down. I don't know, technical term if that is correct or not, but they look incredible. And of course, you'll also notice in the back here, we have our quad bright finished exhaust tips. No, this is not just something you would get on the Midnight Sport Edition model. This is on every 2024 Chevy Traverse for the new restyled model. So please drop a comment. Let me know, what do you think about the updated exterior styling on this model? I think it doesn't matter what the trim level, whether you're starting in with this LS with the Midnight package or going all the way up to an RS or even the Z71, the new model for this year, you get a very, very compelling looking three-row SUV. And you don't have to have a boring design on the exterior, which is what I really love about this all-new Traverse. Now, of course, what I really want to show you is the Sport Midnight package that is available on the LS and the LT for this all-new redesigned Traverse. And of course, you get a really cool darkened, blackened look when you select that package. Starting out, and most notably, you do have our 20-inch high-gloss aluminum wheels. I think they look incredible. They have that multi-spoke design, just a little bit of chrome on there to kind of go and mix with everything else on our Chevy emblem and such on this vehicle. And they give this Traverse such a stance that you would not ever guess that this is the entry-level model. And for only $1,785, under $2,000, you get all of this look. Now, what else do we get in this package? Of course, we also have our gloss black grille treatment. So anywhere that would have been chrome up here on the previous models has been darkened out. We have our black Chevy emblems. Do get a little bit of that chrome there on the side, but I think that looks great as well. On the side of this vehicle, all of the chrome parts that would be on the other models have been darkened out as well. It really looks dark on this mosaic black example. Murdered out, I think, as they might say, but really, really good looking. And then, of course, coming around to the rear, that Chevy emblem as well, matching with this beautiful quad-tipped exhaust like I was saying earlier. And the last part that you get with the Midnight Sport package is our darkened out Traverse emblems on the rear hatch and on the front and passenger side door, as you can see here. So let me know, what do you think about this package? I think, once again, for under $2,000, it's kind of a no-brainer. The LS entry-level model and even the LT, they look really good on their own as well, especially if you like a more chrome-like look. You're probably going to want to not choose this package. However, you get a lot of value. This is kind of the modern look that Chevy and a bunch of other automakers are going for. For the price, I think it's kind of hard to not check that option. Now let's also talk about what's new on this 2024 updated Traverse versus the previous generation, and also what's standard before we show you the incredible interior, starting with the powertrain. The previous model had that tried and true 3.6 liter V6 motor, and though that was a great engine, we have an all new 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder in its place for this 2024 model, featuring more power, more torque, 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque. It really makes this Chevy Traverse very easy to drive. Tons of power, tons of low down torque, which is really nice to move this. You don't have to shift down as much compared to the V6 in the previous generation. Of course, that's backed up by an 8-speed automatic on this model, and then on all Traverses as well. And you do have the availability of front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This example here is the front-wheel drive model. We also have our keyless entry on all 4 of the door handles here. Just very easy to open your model with the click of a button there. I love how they have it on the rear of this model. It's very family focused. So if you're going to put a child or a pet or something in the vehicle, you can hit it from that back door, which is super nice. Taking a look at our side view mirrors here, well, even on this LS entry-level model, we do have our blind spot monitoring and our heat on there, which is great if you're in a cold weather environment to melt off some of the snow on your Traverse. Now, speaking about the blind spot monitoring, we also have a bunch of other standard safety features on this all-new 24 Traverse, including our Chevy Safety Assist, which features our automatic emergency braking, our forward collision alert system, follow distance monitor, lane keep assist and departure warning, automatic high beams, and front pedestrian automatic braking. Now, I know all of those features are very important to our family-focused customers that are looking into the new 2024 Chevy Traverse, and I think it's great that those features are standard even on this entry-level LS model. So that is pretty much the exterior of the all-new Chevy Traverse, but there's so much more to show you inside, so let's take a look at the interior of the all-new Traverse. And taking a quick look before we go in detail, this all-new interior cabin looks amazing for the price. And just like the previous Traverse, we have a ton of available storage and passenger room in here. If you do want an 8-passenger Traverse, you are going to want to select an LS model like I'm showing you here. That is the only way to get 8-passenger seating in the form of our driver and front passenger seat and 2 3-row benches in the back here, 1 in the middle and 1 in the rear. Now, one disadvantage of going with this entry-level model, of course, is the fact that we have fully manual seats. That might not be a deal breaker for some, but I know many others do want fully adjustable electric seats. You don't want to hop into the LT model if that's something you would like, but don't click off the video quite just yet. Let me show you what other standard features you get on this new Traverse. Now, first off, let's take a look at the cloth seat materials you get on this Traverse LS. These seats have a nice soft cloth material. It's not super scratchy. We do have our silver deviated stitching on the side here, and that follows through on the center console, on the door panel trim here, and even on our dash and on our leather wrapped steering wheel. But let's talk about more of what you get standard on this LS trim model. So coming up front here, we do have our leather wrapped steering wheel, and it is even heated on this LS entry-level model, which is pretty great. Along with that, we have our 3-stage heated seats, as you can see, controlled here on the touch screen as well, which is very nice. As you can see, we have a crazy new infotainment setup on this. It's best in class, 17.7-inch touchscreen radio standard. Once again, this is the LS entry-level model, and this display is standard. It has Google integration in it, so of course you get our Google Maps suite built right in. Look at that huge display there. It is amazing. More on that in a sec. We also have our 11-inch driver's information display in front of us here, which is customizable. You can change a few different things, like our map on here, which is pretty awesome. Let me zoom out. You can see a full map display there, which is pretty crazy. We have a few other setups as well, our kind of safety driving setup, a more simplified calm screen, as I would call it, and then our traditional RPM gauge and speedometer in the middle. And of course, looking at some of our controls down here, well, we do still have physical knobs for our touchscreen. And looking at some of the controls down here, we do still have physical knobs for our HVAC control, which is very nice. However, you can also use it on the touchscreen radio and go through some different other settings there. That is how you will change the airflow area that you want on that model. So that might take a little bit of getting used to, but I'm telling you, after using this for a day or so, it is super easy to operate. Of course, we have our vents down here as well. And what you might be noticing down here is a completely clean look because they got rid of the shift mechanical down there. Now it is on the column mounted version. Super easy to use. Foot on the brake, you just kind of pull it back towards you, either up or down. As we put it in reverse, as you can see here, even on this LS model, we have a 360-degree camera standard here on the left. You can see we can go overhead, a bunch of different sides. I'm just blown out of the way that this is a vehicle that is barely over $40,000 and you have a 360-degree monitor standard on it. The technology that GM put into this vehicle is just very, very class leading. Very much appreciated. And along the same lines, as you can see with no shifter here, we have a lot more space for storage. So we have a big storage area right down here with our USB-C and USB-A outlet plus a 12-volt outlet as well. There's 6 standard total USB outlets in here, so plenty of room for everyone to charge up their devices. We do have our cup holder here, some gloss black and bright work. Once again, some more storage behind that. And our center console, a little bin up top, and an even larger bin beneath that, which is super nice. And then beneath that, we have this kind of what I would call a small purse or something area to put in there, even more, maybe a good place to put some chips or snacks on a family vacation. I don't know, use it to your discretion on what you want to put down there, but without the shifter mechanical parts in there, we have a lot more open space. So really like that GM moved that. You'll also see this going forward on some of our other products like the all-new Equinox coming up for 2025. Of course, a big glove box down here as well. Coming up top here, we do have some sunglass storage, which is nice to see. And all of our interior lighting on the 2024 Traverse is LED lit. Looks nice and modern. Love that. Of course, our OnStar features there as well. We have our lights here and our mirror. Very good. And if we come down to the side, as you can see, we have our automatic parking brake and some different modes. We can go through here, sport mode, normal mode, and snow and ice mode on this vehicle. Of course, we also do have our extra large side pockets here, been improved a little bit over the previous generation for bottles, water bottles, sodas, whatever. We also have our standard tailgate in the back, powered automatically, as it just opens up real easily there. And as you can see, lots of space. That's really what makes the Traverse one of the most popular SUVs in its class, is the amount of space you get behind the third row. Because you have a spacious row in every vehicle, every area, whether you're up front, middle, or in the third row. Plus, you have room for putting on some carry-on bags or whatever you need back here. And as a matter of fact, under it, there's even more storage, which is super great. These seats fold down very easily. Just quickly put that in. It won't completely go flat right here because I have the middle row seats all the way back, but it's very easy to do so. And of course, our tethers for child seats as well. Now, taking a look at the rear of the all-new 24 Traverse, well, we have a ton of available room back here. Once again, this LS model does come with our 8-passenger seating configuration, so you get the bench back here. Our materials follow through from the front, nice all soft touch, big door pockets here as well, plus some matte pockets behind both front seats. Plus our tri-zone automatic climate control that you can just very easily use in the back here. All of our vents are up top here. We even have some behind there, which is really nice if you're hauling kids, dogs, whatever, and need to cool them down, even in the third row seat. And of course, talking about the rear third row that is most popular on this segment of SUV, super easy to get in and out. Just pull up on that lever and it very easily opens up. I'll hop into the back here to show you some of the room. And as you can see, I'm in. You do get a little bit more space that you could come back, but once again, I have a fair amount of room back here for a tight strip. You also can move this seat and the rest of the bench forward as well to kind of equal out the space between the two rows. And once you're back here, of course, once again, we have our USB-C charging outlet, a cup holder as well. You get that on both sides. And of course, some lighting and third row ventilation for our HVAC system. Now let's talk about cost on this all-new Traverse. As I said, this is an incredible deal. This is a 24 Traverse with the front-wheel drive, no all-wheel drive on this model. We do have the Midnight Sport Edition package and our floor liners. Those are the only two options, coming to a total extra cost of $2,060, bringing up our total price with destination to be only $41,055. I think that is an incredible deal for the amount of room, content, safety that you get on this model. Let me know if you agree in the comments below. Alrighty folks, that's a full look at the all-new updated 2024 Chevy Traverse entry-level LS model with the Midnight Sport Edition package. Let me know, what do you think about this new Traverse? Once again, I think it's an incredible value that you get for this class of SUV. The space, the styling, the technology, and the safety. You really can't go wrong with this new Traverse. Would you get the LS trim or maybe one of the higher trim levels, LT, RS, Z71? Let me know your thoughts below. And of course, if you have any other questions, drop them in the comments as well. I'll do my best to answer them. And of course, be sure to hit subscribe because we have other Traverses coming in very, very soon that I want to show you as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and be sure to check us out online at charperchevy.com.